What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to be doing the weekly reading for the week of April 18th through April 24th. I'm very happy to say that the Tucson Gem Show has been an absolute stunning success for me so far. And there's still more to go. I plan on going again this week around Wednesday, and I'm just loving it. This is my favorite time of the year. I'm the happiest at this time, and I just love crystals so much. If you want to check out what I've been grabbing at the Gem Show and maybe some videos and pictures of the Gem Show, then please follow me on Instagram. That's going to be the place to do it. Instagram is Light of Riga, same as my YouTube, at Light of Riga, I should say. All the information's in the video. So if you're interested in crystals, that's the place to do it. Yeah. Look at this. I grabbed a Heliodor from Brazil. Super stoked on this one. Beautiful. Heliodor is yellow beryl, so it's the yellow version of beryl. Other beryls you might recognize are emerald, which is the green beryl, aquamarine, which is the blue beryl, morganite, which is the pink beryl, and Heliodor, which is the yellow beryl. Beautiful terminations here. I was just so happy to find this one. It's got an energy similar to citrine. It's just full of light and joy and optimism, and you know, it resonates with the solar plexus, and it's just fantastic. I haven't mentioned this in a while, but be sure to check out my online crystal class if you're new to crystals or if you want to expand your knowledge of crystals. You can find that in the description. And it's just going to be a great way for you to expand your knowledge of crystals. And the idea of the class is to help you to connect with crystals in your own unique way, and then to program the crystals and to speak with them and communicate with them. So that's cool. All right, we got a new tarot deck today. This is on loan to us from Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. I want to thank her for letting me use it. This is the Dark Mansion Tarot, and I've never used this deck before, but it's also one of my favorite decks. The art style, you're about to see it, is incredible. I just love it so much. Who knows if I'm going to be able to connect to it? I don't know. But don't worry if you're watching this, Tara. I shuffled it very gingerly. Okay, I didn't do any riffles or anything like that. I took good care of it. Don't worry. All right, we're just going to skip the singing bowls because I want to get into it. I want to look at these beautiful images. So we're going to take a look at how we can make the most out of this upcoming week. And the first card we're going to look at is this middle one, and it represents the overall energy of this upcoming week. Overall energy. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, look at this guy. All right, give me a moment to dive into this card. All right, somewhat of a traditional reading of the Knight of Pentacles, but not exactly. The energy or the message that I got from this card is that this week is going to be one of progress, but more of incremental progress, right? What I got from this card was that I see this man here overlooking the future, right? He's seeing over what's about to happen. And so this week is going to be more like a setup week. Does that make sense? It makes sense in my head, like a setup week, like we're preparing for the future. We have to look over the future. We have to see what we want the future to be, and we're going to start to take steps in that direction. But, you know, the future's not here yet, obviously. Well, if it was, it'd be pretty crazy. But I think what we're going to be doing this week is kind of thinking about what we want our future to look like, and maybe even taking small steps towards that future, right? We're coming off a new moon where we're starting new intentions, and we're starting a new cycle, and I think this week is kind of a chill week, right? There's not going to be a whole lot of frantic energy going around. There's going to be more, and it's not going to be too introspective either. It's sort of just like looking at what you want your life to be like in the next few months and taking small steps to start creating that. I think that's the energy of this week. So let's look at this card, which represents what to hold on to this week, what we can focus on, what we can put our attention towards. And we've got the Queen of Swords, more quartz. So give me a moment with this card. All right, hold on to your intellect, hold on to your wits, hold on to your intelligence. Really focus on it. Usually I'd say the ego mind's bad, not necessarily bad, but usually I'd say that the ego mind needs to be put in check and we should not listen to it as much. But I think this week we need to depend on it. We need to rely on it because, if we're going to be planning and looking ahead for the future, we do need to figure out the logistics, and we're not going to figure that out exactly with the intuition. The intuition can help, obviously, but the intuition is more up in the clouds, right? It takes steps that we don't understand, but the ego mind can help us plan, prepare, get our ducks in a row so that we can create this future that we want. So, like I said, usually I'd say ego mind bad, but not this week. I think this week the ego mind should be depended upon. You should consult with it. You should figure it out, and you should use your intellect and your wits to figure out what those steps are that you need to take. Right? This man is contemplating his steps, but he needs to be intelligent about how he's going to go about it. And I think one thing that's really cool is you see these clouds here, and they sort of connect again with the queen. So, I mean, these two cards are definitely connected. Figuring things out about the future by using your wit and your intelligence to figure out what those steps are, your logic. All right, let's move on to the last card, which represents what to let go of, what not to do, what to avoid, and we've got the Magician. Give me a moment with this card. All right, pretty cool message. Don't get too fancy with it. Right? Don't get too... it's so hard to convert these energetic messages into words. Right? When I see this magician, I see this guy who takes the long way, right? The feeling I'm getting, have you ever seen those machines where like you push a ball and it hits a domino and the domino falls on a thing and that thing triggers another thing and that thing triggers 8 more things and eventually it makes toast? This is a Rube Goldberg machine, right? That's a fancy way of making toast, okay? And it's creative and it's fun. But this week, what we really need to do is find the shortest, quickest, easiest way towards our goals. And we need to avoid getting too cute and fancy about it, right? So I think this magician is here to say that, yes, you can make a Rube Goldberg machine to make your toast, and it's fun. But we want to find the path of least resistance this week because we're planning for our future, and we don't want to take extra steps that we don't need to take. I think that's just the best way I could say it. There's no other way for me to say it. But yeah, besides that way. So I think overall this week, we're going to be setting things up. This is a setup week. We want to set things up in the easiest way for us. We don't want to create problems for ourselves by getting too complicated with it. So figure out what you want your future to look like this week. Figure out what steps you need to take. Make sure those steps are the easiest steps you can possibly take. And next week, I'm sure we're going to be getting into some fire energy as we put that action, we put those ideas into action. Very cool. I love the Dark Mansion. Oh my god, it's the best. So since Tara from Kittens, Weights, and Tarot let us use her deck, we're going to use her Oracle deck today to pull a card at the end and just see what the overall energy of this week is. This is my favorite Oracle deck, I think, by far. You can find it on her website. Again, it's already linked in my description. And this deck is just... got to use your psychic ability. So, anyway, what overall message for us this upcoming week? Let's get the Heliodor back in action. Let's zoom in a little bit. And we've got... Shaky cam. It's like a Jason Statham movie. Alright, give me a moment to go into this card. Wow. Okay, cool message. Everything is connected. You see all these branches and trees and like a grid system. It's like a network of stuff, and everything is connected to everything else. But besides that, even further than that, if you were to imagine what's below the surface and you saw how the root system of all these plants are connected with each other, there's no individual thing. Everything is connected with everything. So every decision you make, whether it's what to have for lunch, is going to affect your career in 10 years, right? They're all intertwined. Everything is intertwined. Every decision you make, every thought you think, every person you come into contact with, every inanimate object you pick up, it's all connected with every other thing. So just all you can really do, though, is make sure that your energy is good. Make sure your energy is positive and that the connections that you're making are positive ones, right? Yes, you're connected to the negative ones as well, but we have focus and we have intention, and we can drive this ship So if your intentions and your focus are positive, then you're going to be making positive connections. And I think that's something to remember this week, is that we're all connected. All things are one. There are no things. It's just all thing. We are all just a different version of source that looks slightly different. But at the root of it, we're all just source. And that's just a liberating feeling. If you can remember that as you go through your daily life, then your daily life will transform before your eyes. So that is the message for this week. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to follow me on Instagram if you want to check out Gem Show stuff, the Tucson Gem Show. Be sure to check out kittensweightsandtarot.com to buy this deck if you're so inclined, or to check out the crystal course or any of the other courses that she offers. She does Mayan astrology, there's crystals and science, there's love spells, there's all sorts of stuff over there. If you're into growing and expanding as a human being, I highly recommend it. So that's going to be it for this week. I want to thank you for watching. I love your comments as always. Those of you who comment every week, I love you guys so much. And if you don't comment, that's fine too. I love you for tuning in, and thank you. So have a great week. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.